What's up guys, and welcome to this 15-minute HIIT. No equipment needed. Grab your mats and get ready to get your sweat on. So guys, first exercise here, we're moving on to the sunrise stretch. So you just want to be squatting it down and bringing it up here. This is a nice move just to get your body nice and warmed up. So we're keeping it with a stretch here, another warm-up move. We're moving on to stretching our inner thighs. So from here, you want to be squatting it down to one side and just slowly moving over to the other. You're going to feel a stretch in your legs, and you're also going to be warming up those glutes. So shaking your legs out here, we're moving on to a punch with step outs. So from here, we're moving on to a punch with a step out. You just want to keep a bend in that knee and stretch out that leg. Opposite hand, opposite leg. So taking a break here, we're moving on to our first cardio move, which is jumping jacks. So from here, moving onto your jumping jacks, keep a slight bend in your knee so you won't feel any pressure there. So getting your breath back here, we're moving on to some squat pulses.
I want you to stay for the night. Yeah.
So from here, squatting it down low, and you just want to be keeping your pulses nice and low, keeping your chest up and squeezing your glutes on the way up.
Stay for the night.
So guys, shaking out our legs here because we're still keeping it with those squats. So from here, we're squatting it down and we're bringing it up into a star, squatting it down. We're working our calves here now. Try to keep your balance and exhale on the way up. Next move, we're moving on to our skater jumps. So we're really burning it into those thighs now. We're moving from one side of the mat to the other. Try to keep that foot elevated. So bringing it down onto our mats now, we're moving on to our first plank. So from here, plank position, we're jumping it out and jumping it in. So you're just doing these little jack hops here. So shaking our arms out here because the next one we're moving on to is shoulder taps, keeping it with that plank. So plank position, keeping our core nice and tight, tapping the opposite hand to the opposite shoulder. Try to keep your hips nice and still. So shaking it out here, moving on to our mountain climbers. So still working that shoulder area and our core. So from here, moving on to those mountain climbers, you can take this as slow as you want, or if you want that extra cardio, you can speed up your legs.
So what you're saying is it's not enough. Just write it off like a prescription drug. You've been fussing how we never touch, but who can bother with this kind of fussing when we've been walking this blind?
So now bringing it back up now, guys.
True for this time, all on the line. Try trading me places, what would you find? I've been loyal, you've been drunk, playing victim.
So starting in the center position, bringing that right foot out, squatting it down, back together, and then the same on that left side.
Fed up, I've been loyal, you've been drunk, playing victim to your love. Love is simple, pick me up, you keep messing. I'm fed up, I'm fed up.
Awesome guys, shake it out, get your breath back, drink some water if it's available to you, and we're getting ready for the next exercise.
All on the line, try trading me places, what would you find? I've been loyal.
So from here guys, jumping jack, side punch. And so one jumping jack and side punches.
You keep messing, I'm fed up. I've been loyal, you've been drunk, playing victim to your love. Love is simple, pick me up. You keep messing, I'm fed up. I've been loyal, you've been drunk, playing victim to your love. Love is simple, pick me up. You keep messing.
So moving on to our standing heel tap. So center position in our mats, and we're standing up for this exercise.
What's on your mind? True for this time. All on the line. Try trading me places. What would you find?
So from here, we're doing touching your opposite hand to our opposite foot. Try and keep your core engaged and try and keep as stable as possible.
I've been loyal, you've been drunk, playing victim to your love. Love is simple, pick me up. You keep messing, I'm fed up. I've been loyal. I've been loyal. I've been loyal.
So guys, really take your time to recover here because the next exercise is burpees. So from here, bringing it down to your mat, jumping it back into a plank, down to a press up, and back up. So guys, keeping it on our mats, we're moving on to our last exercise, which is a nice child's pose. So from here, knees nice and wide, stretching those arms out and pushing your back into your heels. So well done guys in completing this 15-minute HIIT workout. I hope to see you at the next one.